I have no idea if I'm back. Are we back? I think we're back. Hello? It's me. I got in trouble with YouTube again. Shit. Oopsie daisy. Apparently, can't react to that. Well, shit. I don't know if it's a strike. I'm checking my YouTube dashboard now. My mic's been banned. What? I haven't got a strike that I'm aware of. I'm a YouTube criminal. Right, as far as I can tell, it wasn't a strike. Spike Island and Cork Harbour, I mean, I'm a bit worried about what to... Can't look at that. Oh dear. Oh dear. What other violation? It happened with Most Haunted before. They got me shut down. Did you ban yourself? Maybe. Maybe I did. Oh, shit. It don't matter. That was shit anyway. What did I do? That video's not allowed. I haven't been hacked. The bots got me, even though it banned me on... Who knows? What's the plasma explosion episode of the Y-Files? It's all like a popular stuff on the Y-Files. Thing is, I'm not really looking for, like, the pyramids and stuff. Roswell. What do we want to do, chat? Do you want to do Roswell incident, all lies from the Y-Files, since I don't get taken down by them? Aloha, Mr. Grey. Is it because it's TV? I mean, maybe it was a TV program somebody's re-uploaded, but that didn't get taken down. YouTube is getting so bad. I mean, we were pausing and stuff. Did I leave it too long? Yeah, I got hit with a policy violation. Make a poll. Good idea. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Y-Files never does that to me. Right. We'll do Y-Files, Roswell, all lies. Y-Files, Roswell. Oh, ooh, Civilized. Oh, it's only 12 minutes. Oh, the moon's dark secret. Aliens harvesting human souls for food. That's too ridiculous, even for me. Is my camera moving? It is. I do apologise. What else can we do? I don't know what else to do. See, that's thrown me out now. I'm worried that I've got a strike. We are made from aliens. All Y-Files, we are made from aliens. Start poll. There we go. Cryptids beard. Ah, shit. Right, let me end that. Let me end that a bit quick. We'll do another one. Right. Right. Roswell. Cryptids. Are we aliens? I ended the poll because I can't add something to it. Lynn, we were starting to react to stuff, and then I got shut down. Policy violation. I'm hoping that's not a strike. Peter forgot to get his makeup removed. What? Get your shit together. You can stay for cryptids. What's cryptids? Cryptids are basically undiscovered species, or species that probably don't exist. They're interesting. Really interesting. So we'll run the poll for... We're only running for 5 minutes, and then we'll end it. So yeah, Bigfoot, Chupacabra, Mothman, those types of things. Just stuff like Bigfoot, things like that. Conjuring, or did that happen? We've done the Warrens. I didn't know the Big Brother was that quick. Hey. It's not a strike, it's a policy violation. Right, hopefully. Hey, who said Skibbity Toilet? Who did that? I just saw Skibbity Toilet somewhere. Gillian Daniels. When we went camping with my nephew, I said Skibbity Toilet to see if my nephew would laugh. And do you know what he said? Who taught you that? You're too old. Me. Too old. Look at my room. You've voted randomly, eh? Right, let me check how the poll is doing. Roswell's at 31%, Cryptids at 48, and RE, we aliens at 21. If you do go do the Bigfoot stuff, avoid the guy who says he's rediscovering unknown detail. I'm going to stick with the Y-Files. It's fucking safer. I mean, he must know that I'm reacting to his stuff, and he doesn't take me down for reacting, which is allowed on YouTube.
Dude, bro! Dude! Bro! Demons! Demons, bro! Murders! We've caught a ghost!
You're too old for that bot band. If you're going to insult me, Simon, it's boy. All for the Cryptids. Yeah, Cryptids is in the running. So at 5-2, nobody's debunked Smug Puppy Alleged. I debunked him this morning just because he said something so bloody stupid. Back in 10, I actually want Cryptids, but chose aliens. I mean, Cryptids is well in front. Also, Skibbity Riz up the Guyard, no cap. Dandalf. I think it's been a while since we've done this to Dandalf. TV shows seem very twitchy. Yeah, but my fault. I assumed because it was on YouTube it would be fine as long as I paused and discussed, and turns out not. I was just sat here talking away, and then I looked up and I could just see no from everything. I was like, oh shit. Is my fly undone? Can you please say no? Please say no to Eli. He's off to bed. Eli, good night. Have a good sleep. It's important for school and such. Too much skibbity whiz for YouTube to handle. What are we doing? Can we go against the norm and pick the one in third place? That would be Are We Aliens? Hey, Lily. Thank you very, very much for the membership. Appreciate it. Thank you. That kind of undoes the whole point of a poll, right? You ask the audience what the majority wants. Night-night to Eli and Arar. Yes, you can. Rawr. Rawr. Dad SRS, I too am 44. And I don't know what Skibbity Toilet is. I've just heard Mr. Grey say it a lot. I said it. Then I think I saw a game of it or something. And then I got ridiculed. Paranormal Girl, hello to you. It was like the most haunted one. Yeah. Yeah, Beto, you getting in trouble? Of course I am. I'm always in trouble. I've pissed off the TikTok lot again as well. What do you mean that's a torch? They couldn't recreate it because they weren't stood at the same fucking angle. You're a baby. Like, let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look at your channel activity. It's because it was an old TV program. I think the Paranormal Files, when he does his non-paranormal investigations, love you. Okay, bit weird. I'm always in trouble. I'm in trouble on TikTok. Facebook took a video down today. I'm always in trouble. Facebook took the same video down TikTok did. The Skirrid In. Because of the noose. Doesn't matter, it's historic. The bots are onto you. I know, it's a bit worrying now, isn't it? I mean, as you're young. Oh! You sound like Tommy from Snatch then. Of course I am. Abnormal normality? Sup? They were calling you young. Yeah, it's... Somebody said something in there earlier and it was designed to get under my skin. I was just checking, they weren't back. Skibidi Toilet is a modern day cryptid. There we go. Right, so Skibidi hasn't won. Cryptids has won. Not Skibidi. So we'll end the poll. Cryptids 48%, Roswell 30, Are We Aliens 20. Now, Cryptids is the only one I didn't find a video on and line it all up. God damn it. Right. Cryptids Volume 1. Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, and El Chupacabra. Let's fucking
This
go.
episode of the Y-Files is...
You can't see that. You can just listen.
brought to you by Factor.
Oh, he's lovely.
In 1925, John Burns was a school teacher at the Chileas Indian Reservation deep in the Coast Mountains of British Columbia. His students told him stories about a strange giant lurking in the forest. It was a tale told by the local tribe for generations.
I hope they don't use any footage from that guy that struck Mr. Grey.
Burns became curious. Were these stories true?
Good job,
The
you do an
Indians
extra hour.
insisted it was just a
True.
myth. But one night, an elder admitted they weren't
He's very loud, Beard. I can't win today. Right. Is this better?
exactly truthful with him, fearing the white man would mock their beliefs. But over time, Burns earned their trust. The elders told him the story of the giant was no myth. Many of the Indians had seen this creature with their own eyes, and not from a distance. It had chased them. Burns was shown the house this mountain giant destroyed with its big...
See? I didn't know that it came from Native American heritage. I thought he was just something that some dudes made up in the 50s.
bare hands as the family ran in for safety. They had a name for the giant. It was hard to pronounce. In the native...
It's a weird name. Hard to pronounce. What's your name? Hard to pronounce. No, just tell me anyway. No, it's hard to pronounce. It's my name. Stand-up comedian, prefer to sit.
Salish language, it was spelled S-E-S-Q-E-T, and it meant wild man.
Sasquatch. That's where the spelling came from, I reckon.
Mainstream media anglicized the pronunciation and called it Sasquatch, and a legend was born.
Look at the brains on me. I'm sorry I'm pausing a lot. I'm worried about getting taken down again. My comments are not scrolling.
Okay, we're back. This is Love Lines, and I'm your host, Hecklefish, and I can go all night.
Is the guy who examines Bigfoot poo called Scatman? What? You want to see weird things? Go into toilets. No.
Our next caller is a woman concerned that her husband might be having an affair. Okay, caller, when do you think your husband's affair began?
Well, about a month ago, he started getting home late, right after dinner.
Yeah, it seems intentional.
Yeah. And then I started seeing stains on his shirt.
What kind of stains are we talking?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Lipstick?
Condiments.
Condiments?
Yeah, it's something you use to enhance the flavor of food.
I know what condiments are. They're on his shirt?
Italian dressing, mustard, ketchup, that kind of thing. I know he's eating at restaurants every other night.
How do you know?
He's just stopping for the... Oh, Bippo, the video link. Do you know what? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for reminding me. Right, there's the link to the original video. Please, 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 please hit the like on the video. Support that channel. Because he's not a dick and he doesn't copyright. He'll shut me down. Is it every 30 seconds you have to pause for policy? It's, there's nothing set in stone. Some people tell you 10 seconds. It depends on the creator. I'm lost. Are we taking this seriously or no? Don't you doubt the hecklefish?
No.
I see the credit card statements, but when I question him about it, he becomes defensive.
Clearly, there are trust issues in your marriage. Let me ask you, is he spending weekends out of town?
No, he's home all day, and that makes it worse.
Worse? How so?
Because everything I cook on the weekends, he never eats. So we
He's just eating because your cooking sucks. This is going to turn into an advert for Hello Fresh or something like that, right?
end up with all these leftovers.
Your leftovers?
The uneaten food from a meal?
I know what leftovers are.
I think
I don't
pausing, though,
know.
you have to add something to the pause. People in the past just tried pausing, saying nothing, and the other voice. Yeah, I tried to to be fair, that last video was hard to discuss anything. Fucking dog woman. Dog woman? Not a lot I could say there. Snout. This is why he doesn't mind. It's all good promotion. I mean, promote the last. I'm guessing it was ripped off a TV show.
To do. Should I add
Factor.
more spice?
Maybe. It could be that whoever your husband's seeing on the side could be providing that extra zing in the bedroom.
Hecklefish God tier humor. Hit the like button if you agree. Yes, but also go and like the original creator. That doesn't copyright claim me. Hey, kitty.
Bedroom? Wait. He's not having an affair with another woman. He's having a food affair.
Oh,
Is that a
now
thing?
I see. You're a lousy cook.
Hey, when we got married, I told him, I'll be great in one room. The kitchen or the bedroom? Which one do you want it to be?
Oh, my. Fair enough. Okay. So he's getting nourishment in the bedroom.
Honey, if they gave out Michelin ratings, I'd be a 5-star.
Yeah, but
Uh-oh. Hey, Watchman.
Okay, but he still needs actual nourishment. This is an easy fix. You need Factor.
Factor?
I knew it. I actually looked into HelloFresh thinking a good way to get meals sent to my door cost a bloody bomb. So it was, yeah, we looked at it as well, Dandalf, and the price of it was outrageous. Outrageous. And they come in little trays. It takes me a lot of going, you know? Right, we're actually going to skip the ad, but they've got the Y-Files 50 is the code if you want to use it.
It was a clear day just after 10 a.m. when they approached a creek. Then they heard an
First live,
unfamiliar,
Kitty, let's go.
high-pitched animal call. It could have been a bird.
That's a moose. My goodness, the stream will go on to 10 with the pauses.
That's no bird.
Then they saw it. An
Little
animal
fresh looks like
crouching
liquid
down,
poop.
drinking from the creek. They were about 20 feet away. Then it sensed their presence and looked up. Their eyes met. Its eyes were human-like.
Is this the one they videoed? And it's a guy in a gorilla suit, allegedly. Always looks awful in the videos when the creators have it. Looks like green mush.
Ugh.
What?
Humans have very creepy eyes.
No, we don't.
I've seen part of Finding Bigfoot. It was Rob Lowe. Truly awful. You've met a few birds that sounded like that. Careful, wait. No.
Well,
No,
you
no,
got
no.
the colored ball that just floats around in the white goo? Ugh, I don't know how you could stand it. Those things are gross.
You look in a mirror lately?
What? Everybody tells me I got gorgeous peepers. I take after my mother.
Now that you brought
Every video I've ever seen of Bigfoot is a guy in a suit. Unfortunately. Can anybody recommend any real paranormal teams for me to watch? I watched the Ouija Brothers, Ghost and Trent. I've got nobody else. Don't know who to trust. If you go to my playlists, there's a channels to watch playlist there. Hecklefish have human teeth. You're the creepy one. Guys, stop giving Hecklefish shit, alright? I like Hecklefish. Your mum bought you something to try. It was fucking disgusting. Fair enough. Anna Maria, laters.
brought the exciting part of the story to a screeching halt. Do you mind if I get back to it?
Go ahead, gross eye.
All right, I lost my place.
You were talking about how the lady was freaked out at the gross balls and the white goo in that thing's head.
Its eyes.
What'd I say?
The creature jumped.
I like that fish.
Then it ran up a steep hill, first
Sorry, Beardo. You will be.
on all fours. Then when it reached the opposite bank, it stood on two legs and ran with long strides up the mountain. They knew it wasn't
One of the guys who did the Patterson Gimli, not the dwarf film, knew the guy who did the effects for Planet of the Apes. I think he may have loaned him a suit. Because the way that original Bigfoot footage looks, it looks like a human in a suit trying to look like something it's not.
any of the common animals seen in the area.
Nope, that was a Bigfoot.
It was. They were sure of it. By 2020, this animal, disavowed by mainstream science, was wildly famous, and people.
Now, if you've not watched any of our Y-Files reactions, normally he tells the story first, and then he switches into logic and debunks and stuff. That's why we watch him. Heckle Fish and Chips.
Saw them all the time. Over the years, investigators have logged and followed up on over 3,000 Bigfoot encounters, including over 100 tracks encased in plaster and archived.
Right, but surely, with technology, with satellite imagery, with all the drones flying all over the world, we could get some decent footage of Bigfoot. Surely. This isn't like a ghost that's transparent and shit. This is apparently a hairy man in the forest.
In fact, it all started with a footprint. In August of 1958, Jerry Crew worked construction near Buff Creek, deep in the
I appreciate that, Kitty. Thank you.
woods of Northern California. About a quarter mile beyond camp, he saw animal tracks at the end of the road. When he climbed in his tractor and saw the tracks from above, he realized they weren't from an ordinary animal.
Is he taking casts?
These were human-like feet, and they were huge, 16 inches long, which meant an animal at least 8 feet tall.
That's a big foot. That. I'm a skeptic that wants to believe. Beardo debunks really helped me keep my faith in people, though. Hey, appreciate that, Lynn. Right, somebody said up there about, sorry, maybe an undiscovered species of ape. But with America, I know America is vast, and there's, you know, the parks are bigger than our country. But surely they could discover something living in the... Because Bigfoot wouldn't know where a drone is. It wouldn't know what to hide from it, surely. It'd sound like a mosquito. Hey, Simon Passan, thank you for the 12 months. Rock on, Hecklefish. Actor Jimmy Stewart got stopped by customs coming back to the Himalayas with a Yeti footcast. Oh. Can't trace normal humans in the forest. True. They're cavemen that's still going?
Crew told his boss.
Hey, Ren.
And eventually, over 20 men from the job site reported seeing huge footprints by the Mad River nearby. Crew realized the prints he found needed to be saved for investigation, so he encased them in plaster. And
Don't say they use portals, Punky Pixie, because really haunted will have one turn up on his trampoline on Thursday.
they informed the local newspaper what they found, and they printed the story. Suddenly, this local incident became a national sensation.
surely, being they're very well hidden, there would be massive families of them, and I'm guessing the young wouldn't be so elusive. I watched a video when I first started the channel, and somebody was like, "Oh yeah, that's a Bigfoot howling," and it was a factory shift change horn, and then a timber wolf howling back at it. And it's the same thing that happens with ghost hunting. The people that bullshit and fake this stuff then make the entire thing a mockery. They say people don't see ghosts of cavemen, but maybe.
Reporters from all the wire services arrived. Representatives from the New York Times, LA Times, San Francisco papers, everywhere. Bigfoot had become a celebrity. Now, of course, plaster feet didn't convince everyone it was real. People wanted hard evidence. They wanted a photograph. A few years later, they got much more than that.
This is going to be the guy in the suit, right? VW Creative, how you doing?
Roger Patterson was among the many Americans obsessed.
Right, 2 seconds. Let me just do a quick poll. Get the audience thing. Bigfoot real, yay or nay? Nice and simple this week. Right, so there's a poll running now. If you guys want to get involved. Bigfoot real, yay or nay?
Obsessed with Bigfoot in the 1960s. But he took his passion further than most. He lived in Yakima, Washington, right where these creatures were most often seen. And he was determined to prove they existed. So he got a camera, he hunted for tracks, he interviewed witnesses. In 1966, he released a book with detailed accounts of footprints and actual Bigfoot sightings.
Wait, is this image safe? Am I going to get a copyright for an image of a book? Because I think that'll get done for something like that. You prefer Mothman? This isn't just about Bigfoot, this one. It's Bigfoot, Nessie, and El Chupacabra.
He asked his friend Bob Gimlin to join him on a 2-week trip to investigate some tracks he heard about. And in October of '67, they got way more than they bargained for. A few days into their trip, they were exploring a remote region of Bluff Creek on horseback. Both Patterson and Gimlin were armed.
You want there to be, but the proof keeps getting debunked. I would love, absolutely love for aliens, cryptids, and ghosts. I'd love for all of it to be real. I really would. Looks like a magazine from Fallout. Julianne, hello.
With rifles and cameras. A pile of fallen trees blocked their trip in the canyon, so they stopped to find a way around. And that's when they saw it. About 80 feet away, Bigfoot was crouched by a creek. It was massive. It sensed they were watching it, then it stood up and just stared at them.
Oh, with the...
Was that massive? I got a strike direct from the guy cleaning up the Gimlin footage, even though I praise his efforts. He was just a mingy little minger. That's why I thought it was a picture then. Right.
Creepy human eyes?
Yes.
Human eyes?
Then
yes.
Patterson's horse started bucking. He managed to pull his camera out of the saddlebag before his horse ran off in fear. Then Gimlin's horse got agitated. He hopped off and his horse bolted too. Things were getting chaotic.
Why didn't they video the horses running? Evidence. If I see anything with my own eyes and my own ears, I'll believe. Like I said, 30 odd years I was well into Most Haunted and was ruined when they were debunked. I did love it with Derek. Derek. There's a Star Wars What If where Bigfoot is actually Chewbacca. That's the one I want to believe. Hey, Debsaurus.
The Bigfoot had seen enough and started heading for the dense forest. Patterson was running out of time. He ran toward it with the camera filming, trying to keep the creature in the shot. Then his foot caught a branch and he tripped and fell.
See, they say it looked 8 foot tall, even off video. I mean, it's hard to judge, but that didn't look 8 foot tall. It looked like a man in a suit, even with that bad, grainy, shite footage.
The Bigfoot turned to stare at him. It looked 7 feet tall, and it looked female. It seemed to...
Wait. It looked female. Where's the titties?
Seemed to have breasts. They nicknamed her
Oh.
Patty. And this last look
Well, hello, Bigfoot lady.
back mid-stride has become iconic. It's the image we all think about when we think of Bigfoot. They followed the tracks for 600 yards into the canyon and saw the prints go uphill. They did not pursue.
Punky Pixie, you've said that. What females have they seen? Have you ever been to Newport in South Wales?
If a female was this big,
Looks like your
they
dad
didn't
in
want to
swimming
risk
trunks.
running into a man.
Craig Adams has been with worse. Ed Warren sees a child's doll and comes up with Annabelle. Someone sees a scruffy hobo, comes up with Bigfoot. She's got her winter legs on. What it is, her husband's working away for 6 months. She just couldn't be asked for a bit.
But they did take casts of the footprints. Based on the depth and size, scientists estimated the creature weighed 600 pounds. But even better, they had film footage. And to this day, the footage has not been debunked. Experts have
Not been debunked? I thought this had been debunked.
analyzed the
Maybe I'm
footage
wrong.
over and over, and the details remain compelling. This just doesn't seem like a guy in a costume.
It does. With titties.
The creature in the film has contracting calf muscles. Its arms are longer than an average human, and its legs are shorter, consistent with an ape. It had a peak on the back of its head, like the sagittal.
Yeah, but the arm or the hand was flopping, right? So the guy's arm, so the guy's arm's there, but the suit, the hand is just there flopping about, right? That's all that was. Bit of padding on the calf area. The people filming it admitted to it, did they? Looks like me the week before summer because I was shaved for 6 months. There's some hairy ladies in the chat. Embrace your hair. It technically hasn't been debunked. Many very good theories, but nothing concrete. Ah.
Crest of a gorilla. And there's more. When it walks, it flexes its midfoot like an ape. The fur on its back below its head is
Is that not still a suit? The foot is too big because he's got a human foot? Could it be a wild gorilla? I don't know. I don't think that looks enough like a gorilla. Uber K Beardo, interesting tonight. Hey, appreciate the £2 YouTube. Yeah, this is far more interesting than our last cack that took my channel down.
darker and standing up, just like it would on a gorilla who's agitated or afraid. If this was a prank, those are a lot of details to get right. So why don't we just say it's an ape? Because apes don't walk upright, not like humans. And Bigfoot clearly does. Not to mention, there haven't been apes or primates in the wild of North America for 26 million years. But here it was, upright walking Bigfoot in the wild. To this day, Patterson...
Yeah, if that had been a gorilla, it would have made aggressive... Gorillas ain't scared of shit. It'd have made aggressive sounds, possibly charged at them. That's a man in a suit, as far as I'm concerned.
This film is the most important piece of evidence of the creature's existence. So what is this half-human, half-animal creature? Some speculate it's from a different dimension or some kind of shapeshifter. Some correlate Bigfoot sightings to UFO landings, but we don't need to speculate. We know a lot about Bigfoot's behavior because people are still seeing them.
Ooh. See some states of bike rallies that... Yeah, me too. Normally it's me trying to get to the toilet. Walking exactly like that.
Every witness account of Bigfoot, and again, there have been over 3,000 logged by investigators, describes a creature between 6 and 8 feet tall. All the sightings report similar behavior. They're curious, but often watch us from afar, like the Sasquatch seen in 2013 by a hunter in the Cispus River area of the Cascade.
I can see why Kenny doesn't enjoy this, because it's the kind of the overhyping and then the rug pull. Did he have a laser rifle? What?
Mountains. The witness used his game call, which let out a squeal like a rabbit. And 60 feet away, behind a tree, he saw a Sasquatch take notice, and it watched for nearly a minute before walking away. Bigfoot has very long strides and can cover distances impossible for humans, as witnessed by a father and son fishing in Sacramento County, Washington in 2002. They saw a Sasquatch from 100 yards away. It was startled by their truck's engine, and they watched it move in 6-foot strides straight up a hill and disappear up a mountain.
I don't think that was
People consistently
footage.
describe its eyes as very close to humans. Like the former U.S. Army.
Do you know why they describe the eyes as very close to humans? Because a guy in a suit. To be honest, the first episode of the Y-Files years ago, started watching it and thought, is this guy for real? Then yet at the end he goes into his conclusions and the real evidence. From the majority of his videos lean toward hyping up the mystery mongering, the small segment debunking some things, and not always in a good way. But I'm not as smart as you, Kenny. I'm entertained. I do apologise. Bigfoot for president. I mean, it couldn't get no worse, could it?
Infantry sergeant camping in the Mount Adams wilderness in July 1991. He was walking up to a river
It's
and
100
froze
yards in
when he
meters,
saw it
I don't
across
know.
the bank 20 feet away. He described it in all the familiar ways, between 6 and 8 feet tall, with broad shoulders and long arms. And like many who've been that close, he added that the Sasquatch had human-like eyes.
Yeah.
And there's the scream.
It's a moose.
A hunter heard it on November 16th, 2014, in the woods of
Not everyone will get to the end of the video and take what he says as fact. Maybe. Maybe. As long as you're entertained. I am, Kenny. My brain capacity does not equal yours or Dandal's, I'm afraid.
Winlock, Washington. He described it as yelling mixed with a
ASKG.
growl. He watched deer run away
Biddle hates the goldfish. We're going to fall out, Biddle.
from the sound and said the scream was something I never want to hear again.
Good point. Funny how you never see any Bigfoot footage during wildfire. You'd think they'd be fleeing. Mooses do not make that noise. Ah, okay. Fish makes me hate the chow.
Campers in Humboldt County in 2007 reported prolonged screams from Bigfoot every morning.
Kenny, I would fight you, but I keep getting accused of punching down. And on account that you're 5'4", out of the question fighting you.
Morning for 2 days. It sounded like a wild animal, but with eerie enunciation, almost like a language.
Yeah, don't forget, guys, Kenny Biddle shot on Indiana Jones as well.
Now, skeptics say after the 1967 film became famous, all the other accounts are just copies. Before the Patterson film, nobody talked about Bigfoot.
I mean, 68% of people are saying no. 68.
So researchers scoured old newspapers looking for reports that might match modern Bigfoot, and they found way more than they expected.
Where's the dead or the skeletons?
Isolated reports of mountain giants matching Bigfoot went back decades, maybe centuries. The
Hey,
first
Megan.
published report was from 1846. A 22-inch long footprint was found in eastern Arkansas, and there have been actual sightings every year since.
See, everything about them is just so inconsistent as well. The eyes seem to be the only consistency. Human eyes. The feet, the feet are 16 inches. The feet are 22 inches. It's 6'5". It's 8 foot.
Clearly, Bigfoot has been running into humans for a long, long time. But despite all these examples, mainstream science refuses to acknowledge Bigfoot exists. The species is called Gigantopithecus americanus, but officially that's a species that doesn't exist. So in 1985, zoologist J.E. Wall coined a term. He coined it for any animal that remains unexplained by science. He called them cryptids.
Fair, but anyone remember the film Alien? One of the best horror movies, the best science fiction horror movie, up there with the thing. It's hard to pick. But that was a human man in a suit, stood nearly 2 foot over other people, long arms past his knees, legs moving in a way that didn't seem human. Okay, it's a guy in a suit and a little bit of trickery. This is a guy in a suit and trickery without special effects. The special effects for this trickery is blurry footage.
This branch of study is called cryptozoology, taken from the Greek word crypto, meaning hidden.
If Bigfoot took a crap, would it be crapted? Yes. Yes. Something to Native American beliefs? Yeah, I'm very careful when it comes to Native American beliefs because it's their religion as well. And, I'm not a religious man, but I'm not going to mock people's religions. Well, unless they try to force it on me. If somebody, I've mocked people that try to force it on me. There's a guy who kept coming into my comment section telling me the earth was flat, and one day I'll realise that space is a lie, NASA are liars, and I'm just like, what planet have you come from? What globe, sir?
Now, why the need to create a name for a whole category of mysterious, unexplained creatures?
No Loch
because
Ness.
Bigfoot is far from the only one.
Current xenomorph in the Alien show is also man. See, the effects on Alien Earth are brilliant, but I haven't even watched this week, so I've lost all excitement for it. I think you should be allowed to criticise Native American beliefs. Not saying you should, but it's no different criticising other. Yeah, but I try not to criticise any religion until it's being pushed on me. If somebody's coming at me with, like when I did the Ian Lawman video and people are telling me I'm going to burn in hell and stuff, that's when I'll fire back with, your magical sky fairy ain't sending me nowhere. Horrible thing to say, but don't push your beliefs on me. But I've had Native Americans in my chat, in my live streams and stuff because of the whole skinwalker thing, and it's insulting to them and they want to get their point across, and I've no issue with that. I understand that when people are putting images of deformed people on thumbnails and then claiming it to be from their religion and stuff or their belief system. Cryptids in a way they're a religion to Native Americans. Who do you know about cryptid? Because of creepypastas. Creepypastas are funny.
In 1933, there was a major change around Scotland's biggest freshwater lake. They built a road. For the first time ever, a large number of people were passing through. People built lake houses. Some would go...
Kenny, I agree. Open to criticism, yes, but you know what I mean. I'm just going to be silent. You can't take the piss out of gins, poltergeists, and not go after skinwalker. True. But I've never had a Native American bring me a video and say, this is a skinwalker. I'm telling you it's a skinwalker. I've never had that. But I get what you're saying, yeah. Like the gin thing, they're taking the piss, right? They are just creepypastas from a different side of the world.
On hikes and had picnics around the shore. Tourists would visit Urquhart Castle on the North End. And that's when it started. People started reporting something in the water. One group...
I so believed in Nessie as a kid. Native Americans aren't pushing their religion on anyone. They're just asking not to say certain very evil name. True.
A group of witnesses was staying at a house overlooking the northeast end of the lake. A woman named Miss Gracie saw it first. It was about 1,200 yards away, swimming toward Fort Augustus on the south end of the long lake. And it was moving fast. The group figured it was going about 15 miles an hour. They watched it for a full 4 minutes as it swam away. Another witness said it looked like a huge caterpillar.
Yeah, what I'm saying, Dandalf, in regards to the djinn is I don't get sent videos, or I've never seen videos of Native Americans running around with their meat dressed head to toe in body paint and shit, trying to convince me that it's real. It's not an invitation to open criticism. Open debate should be encouraged again if they put... Oh, yeah. But I see far less of it. Oh, I've never had any Native Americans send me something and say, this is proof of. It probably exists out there. I've just never seen it. Whereas djinns and stuff, you put on a Nuke's Top 5 and you got those guys shouting Mishmillah, kicking doors open, and there's the mate running around with a carrier bag over their head or something. I'm all about respect. In my eyes, if you can criticise one thing, everything else should be in the card. Yeah. It's the way in which it's brought to me, I guess. Old as Nessie now, why is there only one? I mean, it hasn't been spotted for decades. Is it not been spotted because it's dead? Or because of technology and it was never real? Right, so I'm going to end that poll. Bigfoot was a nay. 68% of people no to Bigfoot. 31% actually believed from 237 people. That's interesting. I thought that'd be a lot. The yay would be a lot lower there. Bismillah. Yeah, that stuff. Right. Let's do a Nessie one. I think Nessie may be... Actually, I'm not going to give my opinion because it could influence. Nessie. Start poll. There we go. Glasgow Ghost Centre, thank you for the 199. I seen Nessie. I was drunk at the time. I bet you did. You never find Nessie in the zoo?
It moved with an up and down motion. At first, people thought it was a huge eel, but eels move side to side, not up and down.
My philosophy is respect is earned, not freely given. If people keep beliefs personal, then I don't comment. If they preach it to the public, then express fair comment. Kind of what I was saying, but in a dumber way. I don't have it. I don't have Native Americans push things on me, whereas the Bismillah stuff is everywhere. Or used to be. I don't see as much of it anymore. Loch Ness is beautiful and very deep. What may have lurked in the depths? I mean, I watched a documentary. I believed. And then I watched a documentary where they were testing the water and stuff, and it changed.
This creature propelled itself by bending its long body in a series of humps, with water spaced in between each one.
Sea
The group
serpent.
counted 7 humps visible
The
several feet
Anosaur.
above the water. This thing was long. Finally, it submerged around 2,000 yards away.
I've seen Native Americans share the same attitude as Hispanic people. We saw nothing, we heard nothing, no whistling at night. Do not say those names. Need an option. Technically, if you believe it was real and has died, then that would still be a yes, right? Play the Family Nest theme? Absolutely not. No theme tunes.
Reports like this kept coming into the local paper. Nearly all mentioned the dark humps. Some even saw its head and neck. B.A. Russell didn't buy into the rumors there was some creature out there. He figured it was
Nessie
probably
being
a
a
seal
ghost.
or a boat distorted by the sun on the waves.
What about a couple of seals? The seals swim in formation like geese fly? The OG Loch Ness is already admitted to as being bollocks.
Then he paid a visit to the lake. He was walking on the rocks near Fort Augustus. He was 100 feet above the lake with a clear view, and he saw a snake-like head not much bigger than its long neck cutting through the water. It was 800.
See, when I look at that, that to me looks like a dinosaur toy in a puddle.
100 yards out, swimming slowly by. It had dark skin with a rough texture. The creature swam in a straight line, then disappeared under the water. This was no seal. He told the newspaper he had never expected something.
Looks like an arm when you do a sock puppet. Ted Danson film Loch Ness made me believe when I was a kid. Nessie needs tree fiddy. What?
Remarkable as what he witnessed that day. He had just seen the Loch Ness Monster.
That picture was proven a fake. All the photos are different. Yeah. Joe's witnesses stopped coming to my door when I sat on my porch, had a long conversation. They stopped coming to my door. Now, Mrs. Geek doesn't allow me to do it anymore. I used to have a sign on the front door that said, no politics, no religion, no charity. If I want to give to charity, don't knock my door for it. I'll do it on my own time, when I can, when I want to. Well, I wasn't allowed to do that when I moved in with her, as much as her and the kids loved it. So when the Jehovah's Witnesses kept coming up the drive, I would shed my clothes and open the door in my pants. In America, that would be my underwear. And I always had, like, Spider-Man or Hulk. I'd open the door and shout, like, Hulk smash or something, swiftly followed by a, what do you want? Private property. They don't come anymore. And Mrs. Geek put a stop to it as well. Mrs. Geek doesn't allow me to... She doesn't. Yeah, I used to open the door to them in my pants. What the fuck do you want? Is the lock connected directly to the ocean, or is it an actual boat? Do you know what? I think that one's connected to the ocean. The lock I went to, something. I can't risk Loch Logan, or I think that's landlocked. That one. That picture came about when dinosaurs became popular.
You might think finding a giant sea creature in a lake would be easy, but Loch Ness is not your typical lake. It's huge. It's the largest freshwater lake in the British Isles. It stretches 24 miles long, and in some places, it's 2 miles wide.
There are cave systems under Loch Ness. If it was real, the remains would be there. Possibly. Do that with TV license, people. I pay my TV license, though. I don't want to.
And it's deep.
Hey, Jazo.
Between 700 and 900 feet.
I'm late. I love the first thing I hear is about stripping for Jehovah's Witnesses.
Before you hit the bottom.
I never did the birthday shoot, because you can get arrested for that.
Plenty of room for a creature whose natural habitat is in deep water. And cut into the underwater cliffs are giant caves, big enough for a whale or something even bigger. Okay, enough with that.
Sorry. I was an extra.
Loch Ness is connected to the ocean. I thought... Was it connected at one point, or was it certain tides or something? Loch Lomond is not connected to this. Yeah, that's the one I went to. Thank you, Mags. And that wasn't connected.
John George, so this story takes me back.
A dinosaur's real. Yeah. I've seen a Tyrannosaurus head in Cardiff Museum. Museums don't lie to people.
Oh, yeah, it's how I got my SAG card. You know all the fish in the underwater scenes?
Yeah, underwater scenes is where you typically see fish.
Yeah, one of those was me.
With all those fish.
What's interesting is the pole. It's far closer than Bigfoot.
How are we supposed to know which one is you?
Because only 2 fish in that movie had teeth.
When I was younger, the Mormons come to the door to my sister to get my mum. She ran down the garden shouting, there's morons at the door. Freshwater dolphin. I mean, there are cases of, like, sharks getting into freshwater and stuff, right? Certain tides. There's a tide that runs... There's a riptide every year. It's incredible to see. I actually went to see it. That runs through Gloucester. And you see that, like, this... It almost looks like a spine of water moving through the river. Absolutely incredible to see. I think it's called... It's not called a riptide. I can't remember what it is, but the tide of the sea makes the water run backwards, but only in the centre. It was nuts. I can't remember what the river was either. I was in Gloucester at the time.
And the big guy.
You know the shark was fake.
Yeah, he was a real Hollywood phony.
No, Can I get back to this?
Oh, excuse me. I thought the people would like a little
The
flavor.
7 bore. That's it. The 7 bore. Thank you, Jimmy Brown. Was it the 7? It was.
For a water story, this one's pretty true.
Seals somehow end up in the canals of Amsterdam. Yeah, there was a video me and Dandalf debunked ages ago where he was like, look at this sea creature on the canal, and he was like, it's a fucking seal. A plesiosaur theory?
Right.
During the 1930s and for decades after, this creature would appear
What just
on the
happened?
surface.
Hecklefish.
And people would line up around the lake armed with telescopes and binoculars, all hoping to get a glimpse of the sea monster they called Nessie. The official Loch Ness sightings register grew to over 1,100 sightings. The most famous is the iconic image of the serpent head and long neck rising up from the water. This is called the surgeon's photo, after the doctor who took it in 1934.
Ooh.
But the
Bull
thousands
sharks can enter fresh water. Seal the singer. No.
of eyewitness accounts and photos were not enough for mainstream scientists
Sort of
to
seal
take
in
this
the
giant
time.
marine animal seriously. All except for one. Tim Dinsdale would soon become the most
They scanned a whole bunch of the lot. Yeah, they scanned it. They took water samples to see if there was fecal matter from X amount of different creatures. There was a whole lot of work went into seeing if something had or does reside at Loch Ness. And I know what the outcome was. I think most of you do as well. I'm just not giving it away because I don't want to influence the poll.
important figure in the Nessie saga. He was a British biologist, and he was obsessed with the Loch Ness Monster. He interviewed over 100 witnesses. He was sure there was a large unknown animal in that lake. So in April of 1960, he went to see for himself. Day after day, he scanned the lake. Nessie was a no-show. On the 5th day, something on the lake caught his eye. Then it started to move.
Is that his
Dinsdale
footage?
grabbed his 16mm camera with telephoto lens and started filming. And what he saw was astounding.
Is this the footage? Because that... Concealed swim. Yes.
This thing made a wide V-shaped wake, much different than a boat, and he'd seen plenty of those on the lake to know the difference. And there was no sign of a propeller wash you'd expect from an engine. Humps were coming out as it moved, high above the water. He noticed a swirling in the water on each side as if it was paddling below the surface. He estimated it was going at least 10 miles an hour. And as it reached the far shore and turned west, the creature did something no boat could do. It submerged.
That was just a black blob. If I wanted to be impressed by it, I'd want to see the snake head, you know? Hey, Stuart Quinn, thank you for the £20. Thank you very, very much. That...
Tim moved closer, hoping that the monster would reappear, but it never did.
Is it a sub? A seal? They were talking about the singer seal. Stuart, again,
But it
thank
did
you.
have 60 seconds of film showing the elusive Loch Ness Monster. And the film was a sensation. It was shown on British television and captivated the nation. British intelligence
Joe was knocked on my door and I said, you know you're on the no knocking list. Nathan replied, yes, so why the fucking knocking? They never returned. Yeah, they don't bother me anymore. It's a shame. I used to have fun with them.
examined the film. It was authentic, and it showed something with humps 3 feet above the water. The film led to the launching of the Loch Ness Investigation Bureau. People came from all over the world hoping for a glimpse of Nessie. Yet mainstream science remained skeptical. Photos and films could be faked. They wanted something more definitive. And the only way to get more evidence was to go down below.
Let's go. I'm not making a rude joke.
The Academy of Applied Science came up with a high-tech plan to prove there was a
The surgeon's photo was a model of Nessie on a toy submarine and had his stepson Christian Sperling take the photo to get revenge on the newspaper. Really? No, the footage that we've seen and the photos we've seen, I mean, that one photo looked like a dinosaur toy in a puddle. That footage, I couldn't make out anything of that. It was just a blob.
Giant animal living in the caves at the bottom of Loch Ness. They started with a sonar array dropped from a single boat to a depth of about 200 feet. And on this first mission, they had several contacts in mid-water with something too large to be classified as a fish. They knew they were onto something.
Ooh.
In the next mission, they planted a sonar unit behind an underwater camera.
Hey, Stu, you're not wrong.
It had a powerful flash unit at the bottom of the lake, 120 feet
swan?
deep. The sonar...
I mean, it... I don't know about a swan. It depends on the people that are filming and photographing. I mean, there's money, or there was money in this.
would run non-stop. The camera took a flash photo every 55 seconds.
Surgeon photo
And
is
on
massively
August
cropped.
8th,
The head is
camera
tiny.
Caught something. Two enormous creatures swimming by. But the image was dark. The waters of Loch Ness are murky. It was impossible to make out any detail. So they...
The fuck am I looking at there? Looks like a sperm sample. Ugh. Hey, Stuart Quinn, thank you for the 5 gifted as well. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. Appreciate it.
sent the
Thank
photos
you.
to NASA, and some of the most advanced computers in the world were put to work on
Guys, if you have been gifted, please thank Stuart. Is that Granada TV footage? Recognise the clock?
the images.
I think it might be.
Hold on.
What?
Nobody has faked more images than NASA. Well, why send it to NASA?
NASA had the right equipment.
Yeah, the right equipment to fake stuff.
I can't argue with that.
NASA fake images linked below.
All right. They start on fucking NASA now. No more Y-files.
NASA was able to isolate the fog and muddiness of the water. Then the detail was revealed, and the results were mind-boggling. Scientists were looking at flippers over 6 feet long. Whatever animal this was, it was huge.
What the
Encouraged,
fuck?
they launched another expedition. This time, the sonar didn't detect anything, but the camera caught a blurry image that looked pretty compelling.
You agree
It
with the
seemed
fish?
like a large body of a creature, and this time there seemed to be a small head perched at the end of a long neck. They checked the next picture in the sequence, the same giant object, but this time the head had more definition.
Is that a legit picture? Yeah, the video the Y-files did when NASA temporary photos was great. Oh. Big debate, was the moon landing fake or... I think the moon landing was real. I do. Dean Bailey, thank you for the £5 beta. When they knock on my door, I use the intercom to scare them. Fair play. Couldn't that be a small robot? Yeah. That did look like a dinosaur flipper. I've never asked Dandalf this. Dandalf, do you believe that they landed on the moon? I want to know. The picture looks like a tortoise. It looks like an alligator. It looks like a crocodile.
One scientist said it looked like a crocodile. One more picture caught the creature passing by, and this was the stunner. A detailed head with a pair of small horns and what looked like eyes.
Laura, thank you for the membership. Appreciate it. Yes, 100% believe they landed on the moon. Right, I feel far less stupid now.
It was dark and blurry, but it looked like an animal's head. On October 9th, 1987, they launched the most extensive search of Loch Ness ever taken. It was
Kubrick
called
directed the moon
Operation...
landing. I believe they put a man on the moon. I do. I do.
Deep Scan. For 2 days, scientists covered...
You won't get a gator. You won't get a hippo in Scotland. I don't think you're going to get a tortoise that big. A maimed seal, maybe. But what maimed the seal?
the body of the lake with a flotilla of 24
Looks like an
boats.
ultrasound for a baby.
It's
True.
pronounced flotilla.
No, it isn't.
Eh.
They had enough boats to cover the entire width of the lake. Each boat had advanced sonar arrays capable of finding objects 1,300 feet away.
Can we just say, whether you believe in Nessie or not, the fact they believed enough to put all of this effort, this is impressive. We made a set of videos after Castle gave me a list to try and prove or debunk I should finish our series. Absolutely do. Buzz Aldrin punched the guy who called him a liar. So he should. I mean, violence, no. Don't do that.
As small as a foot long, with separation between objects as small as an inch. If there was anything down there, they would find it. The operation attracted reporters and television crews from around the world. Everyone awaited the results, and they were not disappointed. One of the boats reported 3 strong contacts between 250 and 590 feet. Something was down there. The reading suggested a creature larger than a shark, but smaller than a whale, and the object was tracked for over 2 minutes.
See, we've got the same issue with this as Bigfoot. The way it looks, the way it's being described, the size, it's changing between different... I mean, though the OG Nessie pick was proven balls, the amount of work looking at the bottom of the lock is justified. It's so large, who knows what's down it? Absolutely. I wonder what else they could have...
The next 2 days of the operation brought no more readings. Whatever was down there had retreated into the caves. The sonar just wasn't strong enough to reach the caves.
Oh, what a waste of a good flotilla.
Flotilla.
Agree to disagree.
So
It does look like a lot of... Yeah, do the moon landings next week? I mean, we could do, yeah.
what was this creature?
Fish have different sizes. Yeah, the thing with Nessie is there's only one, apparently. It's a entity. But it's got a snake's head. It's got horns. It's got 6-foot flippers, yet there's far too many differences. Andrew Hills, thank you for the £5. My nan used to live near Loch Lomond. I believe there's something in Loch Ness, but we should have caught something by now, surely, unless it's died. Maybe there was something to it. Why don't they do this to find oceans? We explored more of space than our oceans. True. The Van Allen belt, by the way, although radiated, it's less in parts and changes over time. This is why the planned rocket launches at certain times of the year. Do you know... Maybe... Dandalf, are you free next Tuesday? Maybe we could arrange... Maybe we could arrange to get you on, or we could do a moon landing reaction thing between us. I don't know if that'll work.
Based on the descriptions, it matched nothing else on Earth. At least nothing that lives here now. But there was a time when animals like this were thriving. They
Dinosaurs.
were everywhere. They were in Loch Ness. The time was called the Jurassic.
Dinosaurs. Let's go.
Until the 1800s, we figured all the animals on Earth were, well, all the animals
Free next Tuesday. We talk about the moon landers. Yeah, maybe we could find like a 30 to 40 minute about the moon landings. Or maybe if we can find a 20-minute for and a 20-minute against, and then we could discuss and do polls and stuff. That could be cool. I like that idea. Mark the Sarcastic Law Student, thank you for the 5 gifted. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Irish, I was drunk. Me too. Thank you for the €2. All well, thank you very much. Nessie was Hagglefish. Maybe.
on Earth. We didn't realize there were entire worlds of dinosaurs walking the planet, not until we found the bones. One of the first fossils discovered
Absolutely up
was
for
the
that. Yeah, Stream Elements is supposed to tell people that they've subscribed and stuff, but it just says sponsored, and I have no idea why. Yeah, Dandalf, absolutely up for that. Absolutely. That could be a lot of fun.
Plesiosaurus, named in 1821. This creature was a marine reptile with a long, flat body, 4 flippers, and yes, a long neck and serpent head.
But it's got no horns.
This description
Just saying.
matches the thousands of sightings of the Loch Ness Monster. Only the plesiosaurus lived 200 million years ago. Could any have survived the Ice Age and made their way to the ocean up the River Ness, which connects to the lake? Now, mainstream science remains skeptical, but is Nessie an actual plesiosaurus? We don't know.
I just, as soon as he said plesiosaurus, I thought Megan's going to make a comment about that.
No bones have been found in Loch Ness, at least not yet. Yet sightings of Nessie continue to this day. There were 10 official sightings of the Loch Ness Monster in 2023 alone. On April...
Oh, they're still going on. I didn't know that. Unreal, thank you for the £5. Good moon landing, fake or real documentary from Mitch Pileggi. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to react to that on YouTube. I have to stay away from TV stuff after what happened earlier on.
5th of 2023, a woman was driving by the lake when she saw a dark shape emerge from the surface. She saw humps rise from the water, like the back of a whale. She watched it move for about 30 seconds before it submerged.
No footage,
and like
though.
so many who witnessed the creature these days, she took a picture.
That looks like a boat. Ooh, picture.
You can see it on the official Loch Ness Sightings Registry, link below. They even have live webcams at the lake. You can check it out online.
Oh. So basically, my haunted loch. Let's go. Guy who played Skinner in the X-Files, yeah.
Maybe you'll catch a glimpse of Nessie yourself. Now that's the thing that the Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot have in common. People want to see them. But there is another kind of cryptid.
Bruce, any and all opinions are accepted, yeah? Well, most. Off topic, I only recently found out why Michael Berryman from The Hills of Eyes looked the way he does. His father was one of the first people to go ground zero of Hiroshima. I didn't know that. Learn something every day, chat.
That you never, ever want to see.
The Y-Files have a couple of deep dives on the moon landings. I'll check how much time they got. He got irradiated. His kid, Michael Berryman, was born with deformities. Interesting. I did not know that. 24/7 Loch Ness stream must be lucrative if they have super chats. It didn't say YouTube. It said it's a website. Maybe you got to pay for the website. There's a guy who lives by the side of the loch looking for Nessie. Try getting him on the podcast. Try again.
On the morning of March 11th, 1995, a group of farmers arrived at work in central Puerto Rico, and they found a massacre.
Right, so we have done Nessie. Hey, look at that. That's interesting. Only 54% of people don't believe Nessie was or is a thing. 45% do. Bigfoot was vastly different. That surprised me. Well, no, it doesn't. I thought Bigfoot would have been like a 90% no. I thought Nessie would be a bit higher. That's cool. Right, last poll. Chupacabra. The fuck do you spell that? Chupacabra? Right. I've spelled this wrong. Don't judge. Start poll for Chupacabra. Let's go. Good job we go in longer these days, right?
All the sheep on the farm were dead. There were 8 bodies.
Look how I spelled it. Get you Chubba Chub's Capra. Chubby Cabra, boop chicka wow wow.
Clearly attacked by something in the night, but it wasn't obvious what killed them. There were no signs of a struggle, no wounds or bites you'd expect from a typical predator. And there was something off about their skin. It seemed translucent and strangely loose and wrinkled. One of the farmers figured it out. Each corpse had a wound on its torso, 2 small incisions.
The hell is a snellygaster? It's a fat cryptid.
Like from fangs.
The chubby
And
capra,
every single
Chewbacca.
sheep had the blood drained from its body. Every drop. The local police were notified, and their first instinct was to play it down. There'd been livestock killings.
Hey, JNL. Yeah, I'm late. I have a good excuse. I'd part my lung removed yesterday. Jesus. I hope you're recovering well. I know Louise has just gone through something very similar, but on both. I'm just saying yes because Darrell Dixon said he saw one. There.
Over the years forever. One more wasn't that alarming. But then there was another.
Did you know that Lake Bala has a cryptid going back centuries called Tiggy? Most large bodies of water around the world have them. Question, are they all mistaken? How are we? I think Chewbacca played up in Colombia back at... I know. I rushed. My bad.
And another. That first month, more than 40 animals were slaughtered in night attacks. A farmer lost 5 sheep he'd raised since he was a kid.
Yeah,
Man, mangy coyotes end up doing that. It's the only way they can eat. Really bad cases look like zombie animals. Ah. Mexican wolves with mange. Yeah, I don't believe in chupacabra or chubba chopper.
I see what you did there.
People boarded up their homes in panic. Guards were hired to protect livestock and escort children to school. These weren't stories. Actual animals were getting killed. They were under attack by a creature they called the goat sucker, or...
El Chupacabra!
Right. No one knew what this thing looked like. But 6 months into the attacks, someone actually saw one.
A dog with mange? Yeah, I remember... I've got a friend called Ree Rowlands. She's actually a artist for the Beano. And she did a talk about cryptids, and there was a chupacabra captured in photograph, and it turned out to be a dog with mange that had died and then basically washed up on a beach. It'd gone into the water, it got all bloated and stuff. No worries, CRL. Catch you later.
Madeline Tolentino was a housewife in Canovanas, just east of San Juan. She lived in the heart of the Chupacabra's attack zone.
Let me guess. She was home making fresh tortillas, right?
Look, the word is pronounced flotilla. Can you just let me...
Yeah, whatever.
She was sitting at her window in the early afternoon when she saw the bizarre creature moving down her street. It was between 3 and 4 feet tall, walking on 2 powerful legs with small, slender...
That ain't no dog I've ever seen. Had she been eating mushrooms?
arms. Its eyes were dark and they looked damp. And they ran up to its temples and up the side like alien eyes. She said its feet were webbed and it had no nose, just 2 breathing holes. And spikes of feathers ran from the top of its back down its spine. A neighborhood boy was watching the whole thing, and he chased after it. And when he caught up to it in the woods, the chupacabra opened its mouth and threatened him with long fangs. The boy froze, and the chupacabra escaped.
What the fuck? Was that the actress from Highlander? I don't think so. It's a hedgehog. Voldemort. Hairless cat. That's a chubby cabra. It is, Kramit. It's a chubby cabra.
Go suerte.
Right. There were many, many other witnesses. But since Tolentino had the
Zool.
longest sighting, she worked with UFO researcher Jorge Morton to develop a sketch of the creature. It was published in the San Juan newspaper. The image quickly spread around the world.
I'm sorry. The eye and the head shape there is your typical Area 51 looking alien. They've added spikes to it, webbed feet. This looks like they've just taken a few different things, mashed them together, and go, I saw that. They were on mushrooms. On mushrooms. I wish I was drunk. Thanks for 2 euros. That dog needs a vet ASAP. Yeah. That is fucking ridiculous. That's like, yeah, I'm going to take the spine of a dinosaur, the feet of a chicken, but put it on his hands, dog legs, and an alien head. What the fuck? I want whatever she was drinking.
To this day, it's the iconic image of the Puerto Rican chupacabra.
In many occasions, these are puncture wounds. In most occasions, we have found that they seem to go right to the brain of the animals and kill the animals. In other occasions, they go right straight into the animals in different areas, as if looking for certain organs.
By the end of 1990,
Is a science experiment gone wrong? You took a chubby cabra home from a bar one night. I didn't know.
1995, the chupacabra caused more than 1,000 animal deaths, all resulting from blood loss. People around the world were riveted by the story of the Puerto Rican attacks, but they were relieved this was happening on an isolated island nation.
Gina, true. That's like no chimichanga I've ever eaten.
Then somehow, it got off the island.
You guys are fucking hilarious.
In March 1996, police in Miami, Florida responded to reports of a violent incident. They arrived at a family home in the neighborhood of Sweetwater. They had never seen such carnage. There were 69 animals scattered around the yard, a mix of goats, chickens, geese, and ducks, all with their blood drained.
Beto didn't have my glasses on. I thought that said Chumbawamba. I get knocked down with my spelling again.
Until that moment, the chupacabra had not been seen outside Puerto Rico, where it spent the last 6 months terrorizing the island. Now it was on the mainland. In Mexico, sheep and goats were found dead. The Associated Press reported dead animals all had 2 tooth marks about 1/3 of an inch across their necks.
Yeah, but why are we only seeing the dead animals? And why is it now on the necks as opposed to the stomachs like it was earlier? This is the same thing with... Did the animals have mad cow disease?
And appeared to be drained of blood. Panic was spreading.
It's on holiday. Chubby Cabra was like, hey, I've lost a shitload of weight. Hit a Mexico.
Search parties went out every night, but they never found it.
Has to be a snake. That'd be a big fucking snake, right? To take down goats and shit. That'd be a big snake.
They just kept finding dead animals every day, and the chupacabra seemed to be moving south. In Brazil, 9 pigs were found dead in Sao Paulo. Again, the newspapers reported
Chubby
carcasses...
Chewbacca's on a sesh. Different place. America was an actual animal. All right. This myth has vampire links.
Drained of blood. Not far from the pig
Vampiro.
massacre, a housekeeper on a ranch heard loud noises outside the main house. She went outside. The sounds were coming from the corral. As she approached the...
A boa could do that. I don't think boas drink blood. Boas, they constrict and basically squash the animal into a fucking tube and then swallow it whole. They don't just drain blood, right? The aliens are trying to cosplay as a fairy. Oh my god. Moving on. Yeah, the snakes eat. They swallow shit whole. I don't know if a snake that just drains blood. Old Duffer, a lot of people are saying that it was mangy coyotes. Sounds legit.
Gate, she could hear the sheep bleeding. But there was another sound, a loud rumble of a growl she'd never heard before. When she unlocked the gate and entered the pen, the 12 sheep were dead. But whatever killed them was gone. In Chile, a farmer
no
heard
coyotes
dogs
in Brazil,
howling on his
huh?
ranch at night. The next day, he found 35 sheep dead, again drained of blood with bite marks on their necks.
That's a lot of sheep to be getting killed, right? That ain't no fucking snake.
Footprints were discovered at the scene, but the government said the tracks were from dogs. But of course, dogs aren't known for sucking blood.
It's a lot of vampire bats.
But Chilean UFO researchers had a different explanation. They'd been keeping watch on the Chilean military because the military was spending a suspicious amount of time in the Atacama Desert in northern Chile. There were rumors of a secret facility out there, and the military was out there searching for something. During one search, they uncovered 3 eggs with odd coloring. They did not look like bird eggs. According to the UFO researchers, the military was forced to turn the eggs over to NASA.
The fuck is going on with this? Hey, Tim Traveller, thank you for the 9 months. Appreciate it. Like the first pint of the month doesn't even hit the sides. Farmer dispute. I mean, it makes more sense, right?
These eggs were from a chupacabra.
NASA again?
Well, NASA was well aware of the chupacabra
Wait, what?
because they created it.
No, now it all makes sense.
The
Xenomorph.
secret facility in Atacama was a top secret lab where NASA was trying to genetically modify animals that could survive on Mars. Was the chupacabra an experiment gone wrong? Well, we've heard the stories about Plum Island and the Montauk Monster.
Link below.
I'm glad I didn't have to spell all these. Could you imagine the mess I'd be in? Chupacabra eggs.
It seems like
Yeah, like a cream egg, but green.
whenever the government tinkers with nature, it doesn't go well for the rest of us.
Gain of function.
Love Hecklefish. The channel is the Y-Files. It's linked and pinned to the top of the chat if you want to go check it out. So not into jungle juice. What?
Scientists have identified over 700 species of dinosaurs, and the number grows every year. Now, how do they know all these animals existed? Through fossil findings, bones, hard evidence. That's what we need to prove if any of these cryptids are real. So, what do we have? Let's start with Bigfoot.
Real.
That was definitely an AI image.
Well, there's no hard evidence of a Bigfoot. When scientists have tested hairs people claim to have come from a Bigfoot, they turned out to be from a deer or other familiar animals every time. There's nothing beyond witnesses' accounts and plaster feet and blurry images to prove that Bigfoot exists.
The movie, dear. The Bigfoot movie.
The Patterson-Gimlin film. This whole story is a mess. First, for people who say it's a bad fake, with all due respect, they're wrong. If it's a fake, it's a great one. The film is still being debated.
Yeah, I think that this is fake, but I mean, it convinced so many people.
Patterson went to his deathbed saying it was real. Gimlin also said it was real, but admitted he might have been hoaxed by Patterson. Also, we don't have the original film.
So the guys that were saying that they admitted it was a hoax, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
We have no idea when it was developed, only Patterson's word. But we do know when and where Patterson rented the camera. Now, when people who knew Patterson were interviewed, they didn't have nice things to say about him. He borrowed money and didn't pay it back. He lied, he didn't pay his bills, he was lazy, that kind of thing. So the people who knew him didn't trust him. Not a good start to the story. Now, Patterson tells the story about shooting the film, riding 3 miles back to camp to get the plaster, then back to the creek. Then they set the plaster, wait for it to dry, then back up to camp. They loaded their horses in the trailer, then drove 25 miles through dirt roads to get to Yakima.
It was Bob Hieronymus, the mate who said he was in the suit. That's about it, I think. Right.
Around 4 in the afternoon, or 6, depending on
Why was the camera so shaky? Because apparently he was on horseback and then fell.
when you asked. Either way, the timeline is impossible. Remember, they had to go find their horses and then go 3 miles back to camp. And then
You should bring up the gate, the walk of Patterson. Looked, yeah, I'm sure it was you that I watched about that.
3 miles back to the creek and wait for the plaster, then back to camp. Then it doesn't work. Now, when confronted with the timeline issue, Patterson and Gimlin changed their stories a few times.
Oh, it's an exciting day. They got some times wrong. Who cares? The Bigfoot movie's real.
But just 10 days after
The prints found at the site had dermal ridges. Was on a foot when he filmed.
After the sighting, Patterson, with an investor, formed Bigfoot Enterprises and started raking in dough. Lots of it. For years, everyone involved sued everybody else over the rights to the film. Like I said, it was a mess. In 2004, writer Greg Long
the strike.
unraveled everything.
Oh no.
Now, remember in 1966, Patterson wrote a book about Bigfoot. Well, he had been making trips to Hollywood to try and get a movie or documentary made about his book, and the studios didn't want it. But American National Enterprises, or A&E, liked the idea. They were a wildlife film company.
Now, I know where this is going. It was all about the money. It was all about the con. I get it. But if you legitimately did see something, you legitimately did find something, of course you're going to cash in on it, right?
They gave Patterson the money to rent the gear and gave him a crash course on movie pre-production.
Jenny G. Mr. Gree, stop with your sob story. He's going to reach through the monitor.
A&E also bought a gorilla suit from Philip Morris, a Hollywood costume designer. Morris altered the suit to fit Patterson's friend, Bob Hieronymus. The arms were lengthened, which is why the Bigfoot's hands kind of flop when they swing. He wore a football helmet to make his head look bigger, and he stuffed footballs in the shoulders and the chest to add more size. Now, people call this Bigfoot patty because they believe those are breasts, but primate breasts aren't covered in fur, even when the rest of the animal is. Those aren't boobs, they're footballs.
Right. I need to end the poll on the Chupacabra. Or the Chubacabra Chewbacca. Much more in line with Bigfoot. These two lads would love the YouTube paranormal. Fucking right they would.
No.
Now, they needed to make these enhancements because Bob wasn't a huge guy, just over 6 feet
I don't think Kenny normally lurks because he's actually at work.
tall. Patterson said this creature was 7 feet tall, but LiDAR scans of the area prove that she, or he, was actually about 6'2" or 6'3" at the most. Bob Hieronymus finally came forward because Patterson promised to pay him $1,000 to wear the suit. And typical of Patterson's reputation, he stiffed him. Also, the camera store where Patterson rented the camera, they actually filed charges of theft against him. Patterson quickly parted ways with A&E, who lost all their investment. And there
Well. This is fucking YouTube in the 50s.
are more problems. Things like the arches on the feet don't match the casts that Patterson had. Patterson's own father-in-law said he saw the casts and they figured out how to make them heavy enough to leave prints. And that's just the tip of the debunk. I put a few links below that debunk even more details, more than you can ever want.
No.
But there are a few problems debunking.
No worries, Bristolian Kiwi. Obviously I'm running till 10 o'clock on Tuesdays now, as long as, people are happy to go for the 3 hours. I have no idea what the numbers are. I don't care. We're having fun. 1K to wait. Nice. Jethro, thank you for the 15 months. Appreciate you, Jethro. Very kind of you.
Yes.
Bob Hieronymus' description of the area and the way to get to the film site was wrong. He swore he could find the location, but he couldn't. None of the landmarks were in the right place. The location, he said, was off by 23 miles.
So what? All those woods look the same.
They do, but he was asked if he wore the suit during a lie detector test, and he passed.
Were you the Bigfoot shown in the 1967 Patterson film?
Yes.
Like
You lying bastard!
detector proves nothing.
But Patterson also passed a lie detector test.
Lie detector proves everything.
Lie detectors don't prove shit.
Really?
I want a Bigfoot to be real.
Do you want Bigfoot to be real, or do you want to know the truth?
Want the truth. Yes.
Pardon?
440
The
still
truth, I
watching.
want
Now
the
let's go.
truth.
Fine.
But he's real.
The original footage was a shaky mess, but modern technology allows us to stabilize and enhance it. Now, this is
Yeah.
a suit. It's a good one. Believers have pointed out that you could see musculature.
Who voices Hecklefish? AJ that does the show.
You can see that it plants its foot more like a gorilla than a human. Humans plant their heel, then their toes, then use their arch for stabilization. Big primates' feet bend mid-foot, and it looks like Patty's feet do this. Now, when I see these analyses done, they're pretty convincing, but we often see what we want to see. If the film is a fake, it's a really, really good one. And honestly, I only lean toward fake because Patterson was not an honest man.
I'm with AJ. He voices Hecklefish in an exaggerated New Jersey accent. New Jersey.
If this turned out to be real, I wouldn't be shocked. It's very convincing. We'll likely never know. Bigfoot is an industry now. Almost everything is a hoax. We have no clear footage of this animal. People constantly complain, everyone has a phone in their pocket. Why don't we have a clear image of Bigfoot?
True.
The answer is probably because a clear image would reveal that it's fake. The Patterson encounter was over 60 years ago, and that's still the best we've got. I want to see more. A skeleton, hair, even feces. No physical evidence of Bigfoot
He wants to see poop.
exists.
A pile of Bigfoot poop would be hard to miss.
It would. Now, I've covered a lot today, and there's more than enough information out there for you to make up your own mind. And honestly, Bigfoot believers aren't changing their minds. But the Patterson film has won over a few skeptics.
Oh. Patterson may have had a rep, but so did the boy who cried wolf. True.
Now, the Loch Ness Monster. I think everybody already knows the famous surgeon's photograph is a fake. We only ever see the uncropped version of the photo where Nessie looks pretty big.
Toy
But
in
in
a
the
puddle.
real image, she's tiny. That's a toy submarine with a little fake dinosaur shape on it. Here's a rendering of what it looked like.
I knew it! Again, from the bunyip in Australia to cryptids throughout Europe and Asia dating back centuries, is every account fictional? I don't think every account is fictionalized. We discover new species all the time.
And that film of Nessie? As soon as we had the technology to increase the contrast in the black and white 16mm film, new details appeared that were invisible in the original film. It was a boat. Now, I love the idea that Nessie is a plesiosaurus, but they were air breathers. So if that's what it or she is, we'd see them all the time.
'Cause they gotta
Besides,
come up
Loch
for
Ness
air.
was created about 10,000 years ago when the ice sheets receded. Plesiosaurus went extinct 65 million years ago.
What's with a little bit of time, you know?
And a lot of the enhanced photos we've seen, they're either hoaxes or lots of liberties were taken with the enhancement.
NASA did the photos.
That's true. And we know NASA fakes photos. But I don't know why NASA would want to prove the existence of the Loch Ness Monster. Now, even though there are still sightings of it, there are actually fewer and fewer every year. That's the sign of an urban legend dying. Now, locals think it's a giant eel, and scientists have found a lot of eel DNA in the lake. But there are still scientific teams hunting. Just 6 months ago, a big expedition went out to find Nessie, but they came up empty. Still, I don't think we can completely rule out that something big is living in Loch Ness.
I still want to believe in Nessie, damn it.
Now, for the goat sucker.
El Chupacabra.
Now, Madeline Tolentino was the first witness to describe the animal with webbed feet, alien
I mean, that's just fucking ridiculous. Come on.
eyes, spikes on its back, all that. But most chupacabra reports in later years sounded more like dogs, coyotes, or wolves. Now, in 1996,
Jason.
Madeline Tolentino gave an interview that throws a lot of cold water on the story. She'd seen the movie Species a few weeks earlier. She thought that what she was seeing was an actual alien hybrid, like in the movie. She even described it with similar features. Also, a few weeks before she saw the chupacabra, there were reports of cattle mutilations in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, the UFO researchers were all over that. It turned out to be coyotes and other predators.
Hey, who did that interview with her?
Ain't El Chupacabra. It's El Chupacracker. It's been on the crack.
UFO Digest.
Oh.
Whenever UFO reporters are around, you're gonna get UFO reports. That's how they make their living.
Well, this cat looked like Chupacabra on his backsides and ankle shaved.
Now, there's no corroborating evidence of any of the other attacks. Nobody's ever come forward. There's no physical evidence. Now, Patrick Hugh and Lauren Coleman are well-known cryptozoologists who've interviewed a lot of witnesses. They have a term they call the lumping problem. People tend to lump a bunch of stories into one.
Right.
Now, on this channel, have you noticed how many people are abducted as children, taught psychic powers, become super warriors on Mars, then time travel back to their childhood bodies? These people are lumping all the UFO tropes into one story.
That's what I said. It looks like she's picked things out of different movies and stuck it all together.
And they're doing it for money and attention. Madeline Tolentino was lumping the cattle mutilations with the packs of coyotes in her town with the science
There's a field guide to the Bigfoot. I'm buying it.
fiction movie she just saw, which, by the way, she thought was real. It got her a lot of attention, but the story wasn't true. So Chupacabra, no. Loch Ness Monster, maybe something. Bigfoot, probably no, but maybe.
If there's one of the three, if there was one of the three that I think there's something to, it's Nessie.
Went into this episode absolutely certain I could debunk Bigfoot. If you follow the channel, you know I'm not a fan of the Bigfoot story. I thought it was going to be a layup. But now I'm not so sure.
Aha!
Now, I'm not saying
It's like the Warrens made this.
I'm a believer, but seeing the stabilized and enhanced Patterson film has made me a little more open.
They could drain Loch Ness. Don't touch it. Who knows what they could do to the wildlife. I mean, I severely underestimated how beautiful Scotland was until I went there a couple of months ago. And Loch Lomond was absolutely fantastic. I wanted to go to Loch Ness, but it was a little bit too far for us. What about Pudswug? I know nothing about Puckwudgies other than when Josh did them, and when exploring with Josh is telling me something is real, I'm checked out. Loch Lomond, I'm probably saying it wrong, but Loch Lomond was, I severely underestimated the size of that. It's nowhere near as big as Ness.
Open-minded. But no matter how good AI or photo enhancement software gets, we're never going to get a cleaner version of the Patterson film.
I wouldn't say that's true. Technology is getting so smart. They'll clean that
That's
up.
all we've got to determine if it was a hoax. Now, people on both sides are going to be debating that film and that story until the end of time. It's a story without an ending, without closure, without resolution. It's a story where the ending is up to you. Hollywood hates those kinds of stories. But me? I think they're perfect.
Absolutely. As stories to fire the imagination. I mean, El Chupacabra, that story was clearly just a crazy lady trying to get attention. Bigfoot that particular story looked to be a hoax. Loch Ness, all the boats, and absolutely incredible the effort they went to try and prove or debunk. Absolutely fantastic. There may have been an Nessie sighting.
Thanks so much.
I think they said there were 3 in 2023. Guys, please do go and check out the Y-Files. That episode was called Creatures and Cryptid Files Volume 1. Bigfoot, Nessie, El Chupacabra. Oh, how many parts is there to this? Also, I'm not doing any more tonight. Holy shit, he's got 4 parts out. Ooh. But next week, we're doing the moon landings with Dandalf the Grey. We're going to have special guest next Tuesday, Dandalf the Grey. And we're going to do some moon landing conspiracies. Our thoughts on whether it's real or not. And there'll be polls and stuff. You guys will get to have your say. Scotland's beautiful. Want to move? Scotland was mind-blowing. Even driving into Scotland, you get from Carlisle and into Scotland. The drive was absolutely fucking incredible. Not enough food in Loch Ness for a large animal. Totally biased. Scotland's beautiful. The further north you go, the better the scenery. So yeah, next week we will do the episode with Dandalf the Grey. I'll send him a message at some point on the weekend for us to pick what we're going to react to and then form the discussions over. The week after, maybe we'll go for Cryptids Volume 2, The Electric Boogaloo. 4 creatures following the electromagnetic pattern. You want to go to Scotland? Scotland was incredible. Out of this world. Edinburgh is one of the most beautiful cities I've ever been in. Bizarrely, not many Scottish people. Going to the Highlands, made a comment about how foggy it was, and we were told that's the clouds. Yeah, Morgan, we drove over the Highlands to go to the Harry Potter Bridge and Loch Lomond, and the drive, the views, absolutely spectacular. You agree Nessie was there years ago, but no longer there? I love stuff like this. The whole could it be? I love it. I'm not nowhere near, but I know some stuff, Dean. Yeah, and you know, Dandalf's the closest thing to an expert I know. Scotland is lovely. You would say that, Glasgow. But no, absolutely stunning place. We stayed in a little town called Auchtermuchty. Not a town, a village. And the drive to and from the village is so nice. You live about an hour west of Loch Lomond. You know, I'm not a very well-travelled man. You know, I've only ever been to France and Ibiza outside of the UK. It's the second time I've been to Scotland, but the first time I've been to Edinburgh, and you know, we went a little bit further north, went over the Highlands and stuff, and absolutely incredible. Beautiful, beautiful place. I'll start setting my alarm to remember to watch because I've got a memory like a sieve. You live off the islands off the northwest of Scotland. My great uncle Scott is 89 years old, still walks the Munros every weekend. Fit as a fiddle, puts me to shame. McVicker was a Nessie. Wales is beautiful. We went to Bilthwells a couple of weeks ago, and I purposely went up over the Brecon Road, and there's a point where you sort of leave South Wales and you're heading towards Mid Wales. You come up over this crest of a hill and then you just come down and you can just see this huge valley. It's absolutely stunning. There's an ice cream van there as well. Dandalf will know where it is. We drove a lot of it when we did the Devil's Tunnel. So expensive to travel anywhere from New Zealand. The Northwest is... The UK is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. And people will be like London, Manchester, and it's like there's so much more out there. I've only ever been to Ireland once. I went to Belfast when I was 12 or 13. Obviously, it wasn't one great times in the 90s in Ireland. It wasn't the worst of times. But still, what a beautiful city. The friendliest people. Just amazing. The Northwest is... North Wales is beautiful. West Wales is beautiful. Mid Wales is beautiful. I mean, apart from exploring the entity live there. But yeah, it's absolutely stunning. I mean, you go to North Wales and you drive across the Bangor coast. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And get up to Edinburgh on the train for about 30 quid. Go for it. Stunning. It's one of the most primordial yet stunning places on earth. Scotland and Iceland. Yeah. The Scottish Highlands. Like, when you're in Edinburgh, you're like... You look at the shop front and you look up and you see the old buildings, you see the castles, and then you look up again and it's almost like you're surrounded by old volcanoes. I think that's what it is, but absolutely stunning. Wales is nice, love it down there. Yeah, Glasgow came down to Wales, and yeah, Betws-y-Coed is a pretty village. Have I ever been there? I think I have. Have I? I don't know. Both Scotland and North Wales, both countries are awesome. I mean, London is a very different A very, very different trip. I like London. Some people can't stand. I'll never drive in London ever. Ever again. But as a busy city with so much stuff to do, absolutely fantastic. UK is fact. Get out while you can. Yeah, I'm ignoring all of that. Kimberly Young, congratulations on your divorce papers. Let's go. You can have a row for celebratory purposes. Rawr. Rawr. King Arthur's Seat, the hill right next to Edinburgh, was a volcano. Oh, there we go. Anglesey, stunning. The Proclaimers hail from Uchtamachty. Do they? I didn't know that. Lake of the Ozarks is a beautiful country. I love London. Pine Trip. I loved London until I lived there. And when I lived there, it's for the busiest place in the UK. It's also the loneliest place because nobody's got time for nothing. But then you meet the odd character. I made friends with a guy. I can't remember his name. This was years ago. Just this really nice, proper East Ender guy. Stephen McDonald, thank you for the £10. Many thanks to the 3 hours tonight, Beardo. Already looking forward to next Tuesday. I mean, we took a little break after about 10 minutes because some people don't like reaction videos, apparently. Live in London, but I don't like it. Olivia, yeah. Like, I wasn't impressed with South Wales, to be honest, until I moved to London. And then when I came back and I went back up the valleys, I was like, holy shit. Completely ignored how beautiful this country is. I'm just checking my Gmails to see if I did get a copyright telling off. I haven't. That's good to know. I went to London when I was 5. Refused to look at Buckingham Palace as it wasn't made of gold. Once pushed it out to a climb up Arthur's Seat with my friends and ended up awkwardly as an Englishman at a pro-independence rally outside of Holyrood. Hate London, lived just 30 miles from it, never went. My daughter lived in the city but got out after 4 years. Yeah, it's great to visit. Can't travel all. My husband is going through cancer treatment every 3 weeks. Doesn't leave a lot of time for money and travel. That's what I mean, Mrs. Geek are people trying to say Aberystwyth. I can say Aberystwyth. Even with my broken tooth. Aberystwyth. Have you ever been to a desert anyway? No. I've been to Ibiza, but I barely remember any of it. I saw pubs. I got a great many hangovers. And that was about it. I want to go to Norway to see my ancestral roots. Norway looks amazing. I'd like to go to the Netherlands, Sweden, Norway. I'd love to do that area, but I'm going to give the Netherlands a miss for a bit because fucking Proven Demons is over there, stinking the place up. London has its problems, but keep knocking it. I'm not knocking it. As a place to live, I didn't like it. As a place to visit, love it. Have you been to the dessert, though? I mean, I'm not really a dessert guy. I know it's hard to believe with this flabby bag of milk frame. But yeah. Rawside, hello to you. Have you ever been to... I have not. The only places I've been is a place called Villeneuve in the south of France. I've been to Paris. I went there a few times as a kid. I've been to Belfast. I've been to Edinburgh. I've been to Glasgow. My mate's got married in Gretna Green, so I've been to Scotland 3 times. London. I've been all over the UK, but outside of that, I've only ever been to Ibiza once and France 3 times. Netherlands isn't in the same... I know that now! But I'm saying Netherlands, and then go up Sweden, and all of that. Leave me alone! London was beautiful. Now it's... No. There are beautiful places in London. I mean, if you've got no money, there's still a shit ton to do in London just with the museums. I'd love to go to America. Not anywhere in particular. I mean, I'd love to go to Texas. Arizona. Fuck yeah. Visit some desert. America has always appealed to me. Any geoguessing in the future? I don't think that's a good idea. I know I was going to do it, but sounded like a Johnny Cash song for a minute. Maybe it's because my voice is starting to go. Did you know there's been megalodon sightings off the south coast? Hey, Kenneth. Jason Statham sorted that shit straight out. Suck at Geography 2, don't feel so bad. You need to move, just don't know where to go. The world is your oyster. Or as my daughter used to say, the world is your lobster. Who a kid. You went to Texas, amazing storms. You lived in Oklahoma. Isn't Oklahoma renowned for really bad tornadoes and stuff? Come to the USA, freeboarding you in the Lake of Ozarks, let's go! Go watch out for snakes, spiders, and scorpions in those deserts. Yeah, Mrs. Geek wouldn't go near them. Essex girl, not like they think of, not like that. So you're not orange. Oh my god, did you know what? GeoGuessr lesson would be it. I mean, me and GeoGuessr is just going to be a bad idea. Could you imagine it with my geography? We won't have time for it tonight. Would we? Would we? Mechanic? Fuck yeah. Hey! GeoGuessr's not free anymore. It used to be free, right? It's £2 a month. I got so disgusted that I got to pay. That I spat on my own microphone. Do it. Fucking £2 a month. A month. A month. Guaranteed. I'll sign up for it, and then you can never find the unsubscribe button. Ever. Used to live in Mississippi. It's lovely, bro. Oh, see. Yeah, the South. I'd like to go, yeah. Nothing's free anymore. Absolutely disgraceful behaviour, that. I'll have to look for a free version. There's still a free version of GeoGuessr. It's called World Guesser. Nah, it used to be free. World Guesser. Play for free. See? Right. We're only going to do it quick. Right, round... Fucking... I know exactly where this is. It's in France. Wait, can you zoom in? You can. Right. Boom. I was only 7.9 miles out. I am good at GeoGuessr. Wait. Is this all I get? Oh. Wait. I know this. Didn't James Bond crash a tank through this? Is that Russia? Ah, bollocks. I'm stuck in an arch. Sorry, ladies. Coming through. This is Russia, right? Is that Russia? It's Berlin. Oh. It's close, right? Wait, how do I scroll up? No, I want to scroll up. Oh my, this is hard. Where's Berlin in Germany? There. We'll go there. I was only 150 miles out after you told me where it was. Hey, this is New York. Wait, no, wait. That's New York. That's Manhattan Island. This is New Jersey. Wait, how do I go across? Oh, I got it. Which side's New York on? I thought New York was the... Oh, it is. Haha, dickhead. This is going to be easy. Right, Long Beach, Jones Island. Wait, Newark, Highlands. This isn't going to be easy. Where's New York City on this map? Right, Long Island. So it's going to be... Fuck. Is it there? Wait, no. New York is... Fuck. This is harder than it looks. I don't think it's up there. I think it's like this way. Greenwich, New York, Port Washington, the Great Neck. We're going to go there. Oh, is it there? That's Manhattan. That's Manhattan over there, right? Doesn't say Manhattan on the map, though. It's got Yonkers, but it doesn't have Manhattan. Right, Newark. I think it's there. I'm going to go there. I was only 8 miles off. Hey, I'm an expert at this. Right, this is clearly London? Actually, it might not be London. I don't know what the hell that is. What is this? It's London, right? It's definitely the UK. There's a bus lane. Right, let's go find some landmarks. Black cabs, probably London. Wait. Hey. Yeah, that's London. No, I'm not guessing. Oh, shit. I fucked it up. Right, Westminster, the Tower Bridge. I'm going to go there. I was a mile out. A mile out. I'm good at this. Let's go. Jennifer Taylor won £100 on the bingo. Let's go. Okay, we might be in a bit of trouble here, guys. Wait, what's this sign say? Shit. I can't read that. I've never seen this building before in my life. Now, it looks Indian, maybe? This kind of looks Indian, right? Wait, it's over there. India, Taj Mahal. Where the fuck is India on the map? Down there somewhere. Right, but outside of it being India, I don't know where the Taj Mahal is in India. What's the capital of India? I don't know what the capital of India is. Oh my god, I am so stupid. What's the capital of India? Delhi? Oh, New Delhi. Where's Old Delhi? Wait, we're in a park, so it's not going to be there. We'll go that little park there. Shit. Taj Mahal. Oh my god. I was 101 mile out. It's not that bad, right? Round 5 of 5, 23,000 point. Now, considering I am absolutely fucking stupid with geography. I think I did quite well. I got 3 stars. Round 1, I was only 7.9 miles out. 21 seconds to do it. Round 2, 150 miles out, 1 minute. These points don't seem fair. That's a huge difference. There's not much difference in points for such a big distance and time. 1 minute, 8 minutes and 3. 1 mile, 1 minute and 2. 102 miles. Hey, I did well. To be fair, that was easy. Easy! Easy! I don't even know where the capital of India is. How is that easy? It's called World Guesser. World Guessr. It's just an online thing. Don't even have to log in. -1 star for Russia. Oh yeah. But when I realised, look, I was only half a country away. But you don't want to pay fuel bills on your road trips. You're definitely not booking... No, I'm definitely not booking the... Can we play again next time, please? Yeah, if we've got time, absolutely. So we different than World Gas? Yes. Saw your video on TT? Huh? Chat helped you. Hey, listen. Chat, you helped with Germany because I thought it was Russia. I was stuck on James Bond driving a tank past and it was like, it's got to be Russia. James Bond ruined World Guesser for me. True story. And then I discovered that I don't know the capital of India. What is the capital of India? Guys, what's the capital of India? Did you tell me? To be fair, I had a bit of panic because I wasn't entirely sure where India was on the map. Where's my screen share gone? India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. I've never even knew. Oh, Burma. Why has it got 2 names? Kazakhstan. I'm doing homework here. Holy shit, Kazakhstan is huge. Mongolia, North Korea, South Korea, Japan. A fucking size on Russia. Holy shit. Now, the reason all this came about, Beardos, Weirdos, Balls and Ghouls, is I live there. Ish. My moderator, one Annalise, lives somewhere in this little bit there. I thought that this little bit called the Netherlands was all the way up there. I thought it was like Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and the Netherlands was all of this area. Oops. Don't you play Risk? What's that? So yeah, I thought that this was up there. Finland, Iceland, Greenland. See, I kind of knew where Greenland and Iceland were. And not as dull as I thought. Canada. Ha! Eureka! Things you learn. We need to get your geography sorted. What do you mean? I almost guessed the Taj Mahal. I was only 102 miles out. I was 1 mile away for... What was round 4? Where was that? Oh, London. All right, fair enough. I used to live there. New York. I was only 8 miles out. Well, yeah. I did get Germany and Russia mixed up, though, which... Yeah. My bad. Greenland is enhanced to show texture. I'll blow you away now. Greenland is not actually green. No, it's more covered in ice than Iceland is. Iceland is green. And somebody tried to tell me, and I don't know if this is true because I'm geographically challenged. Somebody tried to tell me that Greenland is the ice place and Iceland is the green place, whichever fucking way. Because the Vikings wanted to confuse people on where to settle. So they changed the names up. The topic started off with ghosts and science, but copyright took me down live. Ended my stream. So we came back with the Y-Files where we did Cryptids, which was Bigfoot, Loch Ness, or Nessie, and Chupacabra. And then somebody mocked my geography, and to prove them wrong, I absolutely smashed the shit out of World Guesser. Look at this. 23,967 points out of 25,000. And the only help I had was the difference between Germany and Russia. That was a bad one. That was a bad one. My bad. Right. What time are we? Let's see. Has anyone got anything new out? I don't think anyone's going to be live at this time of night. Oh, look at that. Dandalf and Parple have got a video together podcast. I haven't watched that. So, Abidas, Weirdos, Balls and Ghouls, we are going... I'm going to link that. So, if you guys want to go and check out Parple and Mr. Grey discussing... What are they even discussing? Plane crash statistics mean nothing. The most awkward country to visit, not paranormal. Oh, right. Side-Eye Guy is also going live in 5 minutes. Right, he hasn't... Oh, right. There we go. So I'll post a link for him as well. Share, copy... So if you want to watch a pre-recorded video, the pinned one. If you want to watch a live stream from the Side-Eye Guy, that one. The one that's just been posted in the chat there. Thank you everybody for hanging around. I think this 3-hour stream has been successful. Apart from the copyright takedown halfway through the... Well, quarter of the way through the first video. We've done some GeoGuessr. My mods are going to be pissed that I played GeoGuessr and they weren't here to mock me. Sega's changed his name. He's not going... live for another 3 hours. Oh yeah, he's not live. Side-Eye Guy is not live, ladies and gentlemen. So please go check out whatever you want to check out. Thank you everyone for making a fantastic Tuesday evening. It's been a lot of fun. I think the 3 hours are going to stay. That was a lot of fun. Next week we're going to have Dandalf on, special guest. We're going to discuss the moon landings. Tomorrow's video from me is... I got no fucking idea. I'll tell you now. What's tomorrow? I forgot what I've made. Right. Tomorrow we've got Sean Austin Paranormal, Fake Ghost Evidence, and Amityville Exposed. Thursday, we've got Explore a Lot. Saturday, the Bodiam Castle walk around with Fahab goes live for everybody. And that's this week. Done. I think I've covered everything. Much love to you all. Thank you all very, very much. Beardo out. I am the World Guesser Champion. Can I get a dressed up like a T-Rex with that perfect strut. All the people in the chat's just going nuts. You need a roar. Can I get a roar? If you're not feeling well, it's a nice surprise to get her off a bit. Don't let memories lie with those tiny little arms and the flowing tail. If you don't like it, you can go fuck yourself. What did the ghost teacher say to the class? Keep your eyes on the board while I go through it.
Rawr. Rawr.
I remember the stream delay.